Hello there, welcome to the first vlog since I came up from holiday. Yeah, if I sound tired, I am tired. Landed on Tuesday, I worked Wednesday to Saturday, and I don't know how I've had no energy to do anything. Somehow I put all my energy remaining into work, and I come home and I'm just like, I can't do anything here. Can't record videos, can't do nothing. Tonight I hopefully have some energy, it's my day off, but I'm going to the cinema to watch 3 movies because I love movies. The first one is the red one, which starts in 4 minutes, but there's adverts, so hopefully I'll get there in time and get a lift. So that one stars The Rock and Chris Evans. Chris Evans is a man who finds people, and he is tasked with finding Santa Claus. So, Christmas-esque movie. Apparently it's really bad, but I'll watch it. I'll give it time. Apparently it got 250 million budget, which is like ridiculous. Considering it's flopped at the box office, but I'll give it some extra money. Yeah, I'll give it, even though I'm not paying for it, I'm paying for membership for cinema. Second movie is Paddington in Peru. I've only watched the first 2 like recently, but obviously a lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time, and it's a great bit of British film, a good kids movie, and I'm looking forward to watching this third one. I hope it's good. I heard it's good, and yeah, hopefully it's as good or at least half as good as the first 2. And I'll be in for a treat with that. So yeah, Paddington in Peru. I'm also very excited for. That's either 4:50 or 5:10. Depends on what time the first movie finishes. And then at 5:30, Gladiator II in IMAX. Very excited for that. Hopefully it's good. Very excited. That's the one I'm waiting for the most. But the first 2 are like a prelude. 3 films that, judging by what I've heard, should increase in quality every single time. So I'm looking forward to it. Way out here. I don't know why I keep doing that now, I'm just bending my finger in these vlogs. Oh yeah, by the way, I got like 25 quid black cab taxi credit. There's an app called Get, G-E-T-T, which is like Uber for black cabs specifically. I'm not sponsored, by the way, I'm just saying, I use it sometimes. I had this app like years, and I've used it like twice, like ever. And they just emailed me saying, you got £25 taxi credits, and you got to use it within 30 days. And I'm just like, I just go to work and Arsenal games in the cinema. I guess 25 quid works for that, to be fair. How much do black cabs cost nowadays? They're pretty expensive, right? I do like riding them, but they're just like Uber. I go towards Uber because it's cheaper generally. But maybe it could help. Maybe. If I oversleep and I miss the bus to work, yeah, it's like an emergency thing, but only for the next 30 days. Anyway, it's been 10 minutes since the film start thing, but adverts obviously, be the trailers banner hopefully. I'm in screen 13. It is Sunday, so there are people here. Still not a lot. Christmas music already, for flip's sake. December 1st, guys. It's too early now. What on earth is that? Is that a new Lego film? It's not in the title. Oh, there's a lot of people on the Starbucks level, so there is actually quite a bit. And it seems, when I booked Red One just now, and it seemed like half full, and I'm just like, okay, I like a crowd in the cinema, so it should be fun. Hopefully the film is good. Based on what I've heard, it's not, but you know, let's judge for ourselves. Always go to the toilet before a film, just in case. You know, I never like missing anything from a film. The movie's upstairs. Normally it's like an old movie. It's been out a while, but if it's a new film with like this one, either it's upstairs because it's a re-release, not this. It's like a small independent film, not this. It's a new film that has a lot of popularity, so it gets a lot of screens, not this. Or it's just not doing well. I guess it's that option. But I'm in screen 13, so let me go in. Hopefully it seems like everyone's already in because I'm the only one who's in. That is a trailer.
In a terrible storm. It's an ancient... I know it hasn't always been easy.
It is 4:57. Paddington Peru started 4:50. I'm gonna go to that one because there'll be adverts now. The red one was okay. It wasn't that bad. It had a buddy cop vibe to it, which I like. I like that genre of comedy. So that did make it better. The Christmas vibes were okay. Comedy was fine. Like, didn't get any laughs really from the crowd, but yeah, like the whole middle bit was actually packed out. A lot of people came here to see this, which I was surprised by. I was on like the right side where it was almost empty. The ending of the film was kind of ruined a little bit, the climax of it, because they turned the lights on and I thought that was an error. But a security guard came inside and there were 3 boys sat in the front rows. I don't know what they were doing, but I saw a flash of the cameras. Maybe that's what they got in trouble for. But they turned on the lights. The movie was still playing. We were all looking around like, what's going on? And those three boys, they put their hoodies on, masks on, and they walked out with a security guard. And they put the lights back off. And that was like during the final, like, there's a chase scene at the end, and it was during that. But yeah, Chris Evans plays like a mercenary tracker, works for the highest bidder. He also has a son, and he's not a good dad. He's on a naughty list. Santa Claus gets kidnapped by a witch. J.K. Simmons plays Santa Claus, didn't expect that. The Rock is Santa Claus's bodyguard. So it works out from there. It is probably the weirdest Christmas film I've watched. It has a lot of like mythical creatures in it. It has a talking polar bear. It has that's not mythical, obviously, but it has mythical creatures in it. There's also Santa's brother, who's like a devilish creature. It's there's a lot in it, and I think it works to an extent. Still not a great film and not worth that budget, but it was better than I expected, I guess, which wasn't much. As a normal film, I'd give it like a 5 or a 6, but because of the Christmas vibes, and because I like the buddy cop style of it, and because of the funny snowmen as well, there was a couple funny scenes in there. It's kind of like a comedic espionage, sort of like thriller, action, adventure. It's not a great film, but because of the vibes, and because I liked it to an extent, I'll give it a 7. Give it a 7. It's generous, but it was a bit of fun. And I enjoyed watching Chris Evans, especially, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, Paddington, Peru, probably trailer time right now as I walk in, but yeah, screen 9, the downstairs, which is great. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it's good. I heard it's good, but obviously I always judge for myself, but I still check reviews before, just to like see what people think. I always like seeing people think. Even if I disagree with them, I still like seeing people think, both positive, negative. I want to see what people like, dislike about the film. I check that after I watch it, but before I see it, I just check like general like reviews and ratings, because I just want to know what the general consensus is. But I always judge myself, and yeah, Red One is not universally liked at all, but I thought, hey, I enjoyed it quite a little bit. Didn't think it was great, but to an extent it was fine, because I liked the elements of it. Paddington Peru, I actually expect it to be good. But again, open mind, let's see how good it is. So yeah, let me go in, show my ticket, and let's go. Too much in, I would have gotten food, but there are a lot of people in the queue now, so it is what it is. I'll be in there very soon to watch that. Went to the toilet just in case, you know. I'm always superstitious about that. Always go in the toilet just in case anything goes wrong. Screen 9. It's a superstition, huh? As I said, before every film I watch in the cinema, toilet before. Even if I don't need to go, I will go. I'll manifest it. Sounds weird. Let's go in.
Project Shadow.
There is apparently an after-credit scene. There was one just now, mid-credit scene. There's apparently a second one at the end of the credits, so I'm waiting for that. I made the right decision rushing into this, because the next one was actually 5:20, not 5:10. So it's currently 7 p.m. Gladiator 2 starts at 7:30, so I got some time to get some food or whatever. If I watched the 5:20 Paddington, I would have had to go straight into Gladiator 2. So it's a good thing I didn't have to do that. But yeah, it was a good film. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I don't think it was as good as the first two, but I think it was still good. But there is an elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room is they changed the casting of Mrs. Brown. And I knew this before the movie came out. Like I knew this was happening. But it's just so weird seeing her. Like she did a good job. The new actress did a very good job. I really liked her performance, but I just can't unsee it. It's like a completely different face. And I just can't get over that. I feel like that it doesn't ruin it, but it lets the movie down in my opinion. I feel like having that iconic character the first two movies and then recasting her, whatever the reasons are, it's just, for me, it just doesn't work as well. So yeah, that's that for me. Apart from that, it's a good film, good adventure movie. It's got good emotion to it. It's a very good emotion to it that I really liked. It's got some sadness to it at the end, Don't worry, it's not too sad, but it does get emotional. And it's quite funny at times as well, as Paddington normally is. It carries the comedy from the first two films into this one, and I think it really works. You know, it doesn't take place much in London, but you do get London scenes at the start and the end. Most of it's in Peru. I do like how they use Machu Picchu because I was there last week, kind of. I was there on the 2nd, so I was there on the 3rd, and today is, it's the week after. No, it's 2 weeks after that. Yeah, it's 2 weeks after that. Time has flown. But yeah, I had a good time. I don't know what rating I gave the first two. I made reviews on my Davidoff Films channel. I think I gave them both an 8. So if those two are an 8, I'll give this an 8 as well. I do think the other two are better, but like, yeah, this one is still solid, still good. I had a good time, and it definitely feels like making a 4th one, just based off the vibes, and I would not mind that at all. But yeah, good adventure film, not as good as the first two, but it's a good film to bring Paddington back to, and it's a nice little trilogy they've got. So yeah, if they wanted to end it, they could, and if they want to make another one, they could. They left the door open in both ways, open and closed, I guess. But yeah, I had a good time. Gladiator 2 next, I'm very excited. I really hope it's as good as I think it's going to be. Yeah, there was an extra scene, but like it was like just a comedic tag along to the mid-credit scene. I could have just left. And at the end, they also said after the scene, Marmalade Pictures, which is that an actual studio? Or is that a pun? Either way, Paddington movies make you want to try marmalade, because I don't think I ever had marmalade in my life. I'm genuinely serious. I should try what Paddington cooks. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, right, at the end, there's like a group of bears, right? And Paddington names them after stations, obviously because he's on the station as well. St. Pancras, Brian Barnet, he goes all over London, right? And there's one where he goes Elephant and Castle, 2 different bears. The scene's funnier than I make it sound, but yeah. Seems like the crowd is lively, which means you can't get nachos without missing anything. I don't know. So movie time 7:30, 7:35. It would start between 7:50 and 8. There was just 2 queues, and it was 2 really long queues. And I was just like, oh my days, it's gonna be ages. Then I stepped out the queue to go in, and then a woman opened the 3rd queue saying card only, and I'm just like, let's see. So I'm still not at the back, but there's still like 10 people in front of me. The worst timing ever. I'm still gonna wait like 5 minutes, see how the queue moves. If I can't get nachos, I can't get nachos, but I'm trying to. Might as well. Don't know how I can make M&M's even more mini though. It's a bit funny. Right, it's 7:47. I managed to get it. Let's go.
Begins now.
Well, it's just me in here. There's a lot of people in there. They've all left. Flipping out, I've only been here 5 minutes. Bloody hell, there's been a fire? Where is everyone? I forgot my sweets. Shit. That's nachos in the bin. Thought I'd do my bit of service. These mini M&Ms really are mini M&Ms. Look how mini they are. They're tiny. They're like a third of the size. To be fair, it is 10:30, but like, there's movies on like after 10. And it is Sunday. I mean, it's Sunday night to be fair, not Saturday night. Still feels a bit weird. I enjoyed it, I liked it. It wasn't as good as the first one. I don't think it's just on that level. But it was a solid film for what it was on its own. It was a good sequel, good way to continue it, and a good conclusion and continuation for certain characters from the first film. It was interesting. Happens many years later, like a generation later. some people are not who they seem, and that's as best I can say, you know, without spoiling it. I had a good time watching it. It was emotional, it was sad, it was serious, and it was very well done. I really enjoyed the performances in general. The main character, I can't remember the actor's name, but he was brilliant in this. Absolutely brilliant. Denzel was great. Other actors did their job as well. The villains, like the two emperors, they were not as hateable as Joaquin Phoenix was, but they were still hateable. You just wanted to slap them as soon as you saw them, really. They did a good job with that, the actors. At first, when it first started, I thought, oh no, they're going to do the same thing as the first one. It felt like they're going to do a very similar story to the first movie, because it felt like you saw the main character be in a battle at the start of the film. Then you saw him experience something made him very angry and made him want to seek revenge on someone. And I'm just like, that's a bit like the first one. Are you copying the first one but for a new generation? No. That was certainly part of it, but the plot is a lot more than that. The Gladiator battles are great, good visuals, good fight scenes, especially the water arena battle, that was really cool. Some of the fight scenes I think could have gone for longer, to be honest. But yeah, it's a big story about lies, deceits, politics, murder, like the first one, but a bit more on a grand scale. And yeah, there's not much else I could say about spoiling it, but like, I thought it was going to just be a simple revenge story like the first one. And it looked like it was going to be that at one point, and then it's just like, oh, okay. There's a lot more to this. There's a lot more conniving and plotting going on. But it was a good film, and like I like watching old-fashioned films, you know, and like I like watching battles with like swords and shields. I really enjoy that. That's why I love Game of Thrones. That's why I love Lord of the Rings. I love big battle scenes with armor, sword, shields, bows and arrows. I love watching that. I wouldn't take part in it because I don't want to die. We are past those times anyway, but I like watching films about that. So you get a bit of good battles as well beyond the Gladiator arena. But yeah, overall, solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed that. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And yeah, hopefully my lift is here. I think it is. And yeah, goodbye until next time. I don't think there's anything coming out next week, but there'll be something coming out in December aside from Lord of the Rings, which I will watch as well. Goodbye.